Claire, look at us. You would have thought, right? From the moment I met you, I knew you were special. One of our first conversations about vulnerability let me know just how similar our wavelengths were about where we were in life. That night in Crossbones, being mesmerized by you downing gin and tonics is a night that I'll forever be thankful for.
Oh, I had one.
We both took a leap to meet one another that night and to be vulnerable and to be our true self. And in the 2 years since, I feel we've continued that trend of taking that leap with one another. We've stayed vulnerable and trusted in one another to ultimately put our relationship first. Standing here today is evident that ultimately we chose one another.
My old friend, have you lost where you're going?
Claire has been my best friend since the day we met. So flashback to our freshman year at Asbury University, my friend Matthew, he kept telling me about this girl. He was like, you gotta meet her, you gotta meet her, you gotta meet her. I was like, who is this girl? But then also in correlation to this story, our freshman year, I decided to show up to school with this backpack that I had since I was in 5th grade. And I'm like, nobody's gonna have this 8-year-old backpack. Like, it's gonna be so cool. And we all planned a time to meet up. And up walks this girl with the baseball cap on backwards, braided pigtails, a flannel tied around her waist, carrying my backpack. And he's like, oh, this is Claire Webb. And that was the start of the best friendship that I have ever known in my life.
Have you lost where you're going?
Today we gather in this sacred and holy place to unite Claire and John in marriage. I want to welcome all of you and thank you for taking time to be here today. Today is the beginning of a new chapter for Claire and for John, and I know how thankful they are to have each and every one of you here in support of them and their love for one another.
John, as you know, I get a lot of inspiration from my work and fellow therapists. As I went to write these vows, the first thing that came to mind was a quote from a couples therapist, Sue Johnson, whose work I greatly admire. Sue wrote, "From the cradle to the grave, humans desire a certain someone who will look out for them, notice and value them, soothe their wounds, reassure them in life's difficult places, and hold them in the dark. I can say with certainty that you're my certain someone. In the time that I've known you, you have looked out for me, noticed and valued me, helped soothe my wounds, and have reassured me. And you comforted me during difficult and painful times."
I grew up with 2 older sisters, never had a brother. Johnny is the closest thing I'll have to a blood brother. We've been through a lot together. I've watched him melt down from several Panthers losses. There's a lot of Panthers losses. But no, we've been through a lot together. Different relationships, ups and downs. And when he met Claire, we actually went to, my dad was coaching at East Carolina at the time. We went to Greenville for the game. And he was staying with my family and me, and he was like, I'm gonna go meet this girl. And I'm like, okay, like whatever. Well, it was Claire. And it was honestly the best decision you've ever made. It was. I'm honored to be the best man. I am. But the real best man is your dad. And he is so proud of you guys. He is. And, he's here tonight. Claire, you're so awesome, and I'm so excited for you too. And John, I love you. Claire, I love you guys. Let's have a good time.
It was Thanksgiving of 2019. I spent it with Claire and her family. And I remember John came the night before, and Claire took his bag up to his room to show him where he was staying. And Carla looked at me and she goes, I think he's the one. And I'm not kidding you. You can't deny it. Once you see them together, the way that they look at each other. So John, thank you for loving Claire the way, first of all, she deserves to be loved. The way that she loves the people in her life, and thank you for loving the people in her life the way she loves them. So cheers to you two. Cheers to an incredible life. And Claire, I'm glad you got your redhead. Cheers.